What is up, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music as a musician myself. Today is a debut on the channel Baldur's Gate 3, and this is the main theme. Full main menu extended mix from the channel Slow Walkthroughs Video Game Ambience. This is requested by ShioTV and Nicholas. Thank you. If you're wondering why I'm listening to this one, I'm doing a series of videos currently of just basically my entire just curiosity, and this one's very recent. I never even heard of this game until like the past couple months, but of course it won Game of the Year, so that's when I was like, okay, you know what, let's do it. Let's see what, or let's hear what Game of the Year sounds like, right? Of course I get comments, and my whole like Discord community is all gamers too, so everyone talks about Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate, Baldur's Gate. I've seen footage of it. It doesn't look like something I would play, but you know, I'm not going to judge. All this really is it's Game of the Year, and I never really check modern new things, but this is requested and I wanted to see. So it's one of the very rare instances where I get to like pick something out of the list, because it's always just a viewer request. But you know, it's basically my birthday, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna treat myself. So, I don't know, it's 7 minutes. Apparently this is features 3 of the main themes mixed into one complete track, and it's composed by Borislav Slavov and features variations of Down by the River, which I also have requested, but I won't be checking out here. Anyways, Baldur's Gate 3. Kind of nervous. Game of the Year, no pressure. Let's go. 7 minutes. Whew. All right. I haven't heard anyone talk about the music per se, though. They talk about the game a lot, but they don't really talk about the music. That's where my curiosity is. Oh, it's animated. Powerful. What am I looking at? I see a corpse hanging. That's really pretty. Sounds like a lute. Nicer than I expected. Wow, this is really emotional. Wow. Sounds like an evil march, like an army. Wow. So artistic and lovely. Violin. Sounds like a handful of different games. Ace Combat, Project Hitman, Medieval, Skyrim, Halo. But it still sounds like its own thing. God of War, even. Dude. Composing like this must be so difficult. That's amazing. That sounds so good. That lead sounds so good. That one struck me as soon as that came in. I kind of felt that. Ooh, man, that is a... Oh, no. This is good. This is like a theatrical adventure. Also, I really like how it's like a visual, but not. It's like a moving picture. That's good. I feel like this is almost a tearjerker. Oh, that is such a good melody. Oh my. Oh, look at that. Perfect advertisement for their channel. Wow. Honestly, I'm a little taken back. Even though I said I didn't know what to expect, as in like I kind of had zero expectations, in a way I sort of did. Only based on what I've seen, right? I've seen little snippets of footage here. A friend I know plays it. And I've been told that it's like kind of the equivalent of like Dungeons and Dragons, the game type of thing, which I also know nothing about. I know that name, but you know, I don't do any of that nerd stuff. Just kidding. I just don't know that whole world, right? I figured music from this game would be completely, and it probably is still. This is a main theme, so it might be a little more important than the rest of the music in the game. I could be wrong. But I felt like the music, based on the gameplay that I've seen, was probably very atmospheric and just not really there unless you're paying attention to it. Just based on the footage I've seen. I wasn't expecting this like artistic piece. And I'll even go as far as to say that this song, out of all the videos that I've done, I've never said this before. This one gave me a resounding feeling of story. And to emphasize a little more on story, specifically, it sounded to me like a book. It sounded like, I haven't read in a very long time. I did like books when I was in school. I should get back into reading. But I always, you know, I have a very vivid imagination, and I like the words like jumping out at me. You know, I get really into it. If I were to hear music come out of a book, it would sound like that. Does that make sense? You know, that sounded like it was, like I could have listened to that throughout the entire read. Just, it was like carrying like a scene. It felt very much, not so much like a movie, sort of, but more like it was telling the story. And that was kind of unique. I mean, I guess I've come close to that. I can't think of any other examples on the channel, but at least right now at this moment, that had a very lifting, and I don't know, I just felt like I was floating and just kind of in a different world. It felt really nice. It felt kind of therapeutic. And that was me despite looking at this image, which was really cool, by the way. Obviously, it's like a cave or a cavern, and it looks very dark. I thought that was going to go kind of darker, like maybe Monster Hunter or something more intense. But it actually had a lot of beauty in it. You know, it sounded like clarinets. The vocals are really nice. Nothing was overbearing. The melody was memorable. It was just really good. I don't know what the actual song's called. It just says the main theme. So if this song actually has a name, let me know. And it seems to, I'm really bad with names, so based on the Borislav Slavov, I'm guessing it's obviously, you know, somewhere on the eastern side of the world. So does that mean this whole game is, you know, from overseas? I'm in United States. I had no idea about that either. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what Baldur's Gate means. I don't know if Baldur is a person. Just to give you an idea, you know, even though there's a lot of songs and I haven't heard or games I've played on this channel, I still grew up with video games and, you know to an extent, like, notable game characters, or, you know, I'm not totally blind to the world of video games, but I've never heard, ever, Baldur's Gate. And this is the third one. You know what I mean? So where was 1 or 2? And it came out of nowhere. The thing that confuses me the most, and what really struck this curiosity for me, because it won Game of the Year. Not that it doesn't deserve it or anything, I have no idea. But, like, I just never heard of it at all. And then it comes out of nowhere, and then wins Game of the Year. You know, that's where, like, true curiosity was like, okay, what's going on here? But apparently people swear by it, you know? I remember talking, because I streamed the Game Awards. I was talking to my chat and everything. And I didn't want to sound mean, but I was like, surely Baldur's Gate won't win. You know, like, what is that? And flying colors, it just... And everyone was like, oh, you know, deserved. Of course, people... I mean, I'm sure people don't agree with that. But that's why I don't like Game Awards, because it just tears people apart. And it's like, no, they should have won. Who cares? Really, who cares? The only good thing to me about awards like that is that it just signal boosts games that you may have not heard of, like me, and maybe get you to play them. But as far as, like, you know, that's a whole other subject, though. I can go on Game Awards for a while. I'm just not a fan. but it still strikes like talking conversation, like, okay. And that's what happened here. That was really beautiful. You know, I'm rambling a lot, but you know, like I said, it reminded me of so many things like Ace Combat, Halo, and it just sounded very, I don't want to say ethereal, but I don't want to say epic either. I don't know what to call that. It was just beautiful. Let's just keep it there. I cannot imagine what the rest of the soundtrack sounds like. I have no idea. It's probably really good. And that I can pretty much, I feel safe saying that. But I can't imagine, just based on the gameplay that I've seen, I can't imagine anything really, well, I don't know. Here's my question. Are there any other songs like on the level of this, as in like production and, you know, kind of this intensity? I feel like everything else would just be very bland. And again, I'm only saying that because of the gameplay. I just don't see, you know, I'm just taking a guess. So let me know. Baldur's Gate 3 main theme. That was great. That was really cool. Thank you, ShioTV and Nicholas. There is a couple more Baldur's Gate requests. And again, thank you to Slow Walkthroughs for the video. Cool. Game of the year. Interesting. That's the second time I have a game of the year now. I had Elden Ring. And now this. I should just do that. I should just check out all the game of the years if they've been requested. Anyway, thank you to the requesters. Thanks to everyone that you see here. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse. Let me know more about Baldur's Gate 3 or the other Baldur games. Did you play them, or did you recently discover it like everyone else with 3? Let me know. Take it easy. Video game music rules.